So I have a video here for you. What you're looking at is my green truck. This is a 351 modified, board 30 over. Without looking up the cam exactly what it is, and this is issue that I'm going to talk about has happened before. So I was driving the truck, went to get off the exit to where I was going, and just like that, come up to the stop sign and had a dead miss in it. So this happened before, knew what to do, and lo and behold, you got a broken valve spring. So I checked all the rest of them. All the rest of them look perfectly fine. So in this video, I'm going to show you, and this may work in other engines, possibly stuff like that, how to replace an engine valve spring in the vehicle without tearing everything apart. So it does require some special tools, which I'll go over here in a second. But this happened before, might be because of my cam, and I actually have a spare valve spring left. This is my last one of the ones I've saved with all these engines. A lot of them I did end up throwing away because possibility of being bad, stuff like that. So to get to where we're at right now, as you can see, I already removed the push rod is already out of the way, which is right here. It is not bent, it's in good shape. Also, stock, it's a stock rocker arm, and rocker arm and bolt, everything looks in good shape, everything seems to be fine. So on this engine with this cam, they require you to measure in here, and as you can see, there is a shim to shim this out because they would end up being too tight. So we will put that back together, and a way of checking that is you want to make sure that they spin. So anyway, let's get to this. I showed you the rocker, showed you the push rod. Here's the tool we made up. This actually will go in, and I'll demonstrate this here in a second. This will go in the spark plug hole, and you turn this little valve on, and it puts air into the cylinder, which will hold the valve up so I can take and compress. I have another part that bolts onto it, so I can compress the valve, or to spring it, I should say, which is not going to be hard to do, being it kind of broke, to get that out and then to slip the new one on. So let's get that set up. All right, as you can see, got the valve on. You can hear the air going in. I think it's leaking a little bit. Might have to get a wrench. Probably have to take a socket and pound on the keeper a little bit so we can break that loose. So a little challenging place to work. As you can see, get a little better light here. My tool broke. So I kind of finagled it here. The keeper was just plain jammed. So now I just got the keepers out. It was jammed up against. So now I'll take that bolt out and then lift the old spring out, and we'll install the new one. All right, so there I got the spring out. And just for comparison, pretty darn close. So we're gonna go with it. I will admit, if this happens again, obviously we're going to be putting all new springs in it. Really don't understand the cause. My other engines, I've had probably at least six of these engines that I've had. This one I have, we rebuilt, probably 2008, I think we rebuilt this one. So we've had this for a while, so I have no complaints. So, but let's see here if we can tell. Guess it's not going to matter at this point because I have no idea if this one was exhaust or intake or whatever. So there you go. Shove that one on there like that with the retainer. It's going to be probably a little difficult because, like I said, because my tool broke, you kind of flex it down in and then tighten the bolt to tighten it up. So we'll see how it goes. Unfortunately, it's not a good place to video, but I'll give it to you step by step. Hopefully we can get a view here, and I'm probably gonna need my other hand here to tighten this down. Because now we got to compress that spring down so we can put the keeper back on. All right, I think I got it down enough. Maybe a touch more. All right, there you can see her. Got the new valve, or new used valve, back in place. Now we'll take a look at the push rod there, or not push rod, the tire, the lifter, which looks fine to me. I don't think it's pushed out or nothing. So we'll get our push rod here. Get that lined up. Put our shim back in. Hopefully, there it is. Turn this off now. Neat little tool. Put our shim back in there. Now to get our rocker back together right. See if we can do this one-handed. Well, now we need a magnet. All right, got our push rod in. Now we're just gonna torque that down. Always one trick that I've seen with these old engines, see this little flapper right here? That keeps the oil when it comes squirting up the push rod, and it squirts down and lubricates everything down through here. So you want to make sure that you have that the right way and matches the other ones, because I've seen them where people have flipped them the wrong way. And then the oil just squirts up against the valve cover and doesn't do any benefit. So we're just going to snug this down and we'll get this on. All right, I got this thing all back together pretty much. I'm gonna let it sit here for a few minutes. I have to fix my choke wires. I'm gonna fix that quick. And then I think we'll fire it up. We'll just run it for a few minutes because I want that valve cover gasket to dry pretty good. I'll put a link in the description below for changing valve cover gaskets. I did a F-250 dump truck a couple years ago. If you're interested in how to change valve cover gaskets, didn't really go over that here. But as you can see, there's the broken valve. Unfortunately, broke my tool in the process, or GMEC Senior's tool for doing this. But we'll let this dry. I'm gonna fix this wire quick, and then I'll bring you back to fire it up. All right, with our wire fixed, let's crawl in this thing and try and fire it up, and hopefully, when it happened, I didn't hear anything on the driver's side, so let's see what we get here. Here we go. We're gonna so we get oil pressure. Sounds good. That took care of it. That's all right. I don't want it to run long because I want that valve cover gasket to dry good. So anyway, glad this is repaired. I hope this helps anyone out there with a V8 engine, especially standard pushrod engine. I mean, there's obviously a lot newer technology out there compared to this thing. Get a lot of views on the timing chain video. I'm pretty busy. Work, shop projects with customers, and also stuff like this. This was a surprise breakdown with breaking a valve spring, and this has happened before. So anybody out there that has any info, this is a comp cams in this. Forgive me off the top of my head which one it is. If I find the information, I think it's in one of my books, I will put the information to the cam in the links below. This is my second one. I think I said that multiple times, that I broke 2 valve springs now. Went back to the guy that rebuilt these heads and actually just did another set for me a couple months ago. And he said that can happen anytime, anywhere, anyhow. So we'll chalk it up to that. I had 1 valve spring left. So far as just running this for a few minutes, that has solved the problem. So love this old truck. Yes, I had, this is a Ford. I have a Chevy Duramax, but I love this old truck. And now that I got this back together, we will be driving her. So, but anyway, if you like the video, please hit that like button. And whoever you're all watching out there, I know there's a lot that watch. Video I did on a tie rod on a lawnmower. Video that I did, actually part 1 and 2 on 351 400 modified timing chain. You're not subscribing, please do. I do not want to beg you. It doesn't cost you anything. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a dime. Helps my channel, helps me out. Even though I know a lot of people don't want to help each other out, I do that for people that I watch. You know, shout out to, like, say, Project Farm, Andrew Camarada, Sean James in his multiple channels, and that's just naming a few, including Red Poppy Ranch. So those are some of the channels I watch. But anyway, I also want to put a shout out to Northwoodsman 1, the Northwoodsman 1. I like his channel a lot too, different things he does at his cabin and on his travels. I do very enjoy that. Can't forget Vonnie's Kitchen as well, Martin Shack. So thanks for watching in this video. Again, please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the dislike button. It gives, you know, if I'm doing something right, I'm doing something wrong. But thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. And remember, keep on ranching.